Alright.
the eyes because
Alright, oh wait, hold on. Quick little backstory. He has a special guest. I don't know who it is, and I'm surprised, so I'm gonna keep my eyes closed. So, whenever you're ready, surprise me with our special guest.
alrighty, he just joined. Hold up. I'm gonna wait till this person's video come up. Alrighty. So, Mr. Guest, tell my co-host what's up.
What's up? What's going on?
Oh, ooh, I almost cursed on podcast. Yo!
I let it slide this time. You could.
Oh, shit. Yo, what's up, Nor?
What's going on? How you
Yo,
guys doing?
Nor 1212. Holy crap. What up, broski? This
Not, bro.
this podcast is gonna be interesting.
Yes. It is. What's up, my pop culture loving people, and welcome to another episode of Our World of Pop Culture. It's me coming at you once again, Will, with my co-host Declan.
What's up, peoples?
Now, this is a very special episode here because when I first started this podcast, I went up to one of my homeboys, and he was like, I told him, I was like, yo, let's do this this podcast. I'm dying for this podcast. Let's do it. So he was like, yeah. I was like, all right, let's invite Declan too because we get a little view on, the younger side as well. So he was like, yeah, definitely, let's do it. We even shopped around for microphones and everything. But then, life hits. But I got my next guest here. He was supposed to be my first co-host. But after 5 episodes, he's here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Mr. Nor.
What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing?
What up, Nor? I was wondering when you were going to come on, bro.
Eventually, sometime I was going to.
Yeah, but hey, at least we got you now, so that's all that counts, bro.
That's all that matters.
Now, quick question. So you staying with us or what?
It's something we gotta find out.
Ooh, teasers in the next episode. Now, me and Declan on the very first episode, we did a top 5. So I figured, hopefully you'd be our co-host. Let's get you to do the quick top 5, just rapid fire, I know you just told us that, you don't really got no shows, but give us the top 5 movies and video games.
Right off the bat, as soon as I walk in through the door, shooting.
You know it, bro. You know it.
All right. So, what do you guys want to hear first, movies or games?
I don't know, Declan. Your choice, bro.
Let's start off with movies.
Ooh, movies. Alright.
Now, is this in a specific order, or is this just top 5 in general?
Nah, to be honest with you, it's they're probably my top 5 movies in general. It's just like depending on
Okay.
depending on the day, See
Okay.
how it is.
Alright.
One of my favorite movies right now. Well, not really. Now, but it's an all-time favorite. Is Venom. Venom is
Ooh.
Okay.
It's very like how do I explain it? It's more of like it was like not a kids movie, but it wasn't an adult movie, but it was just like right there in between that it was.
Don't lie. It was because it was the mandate, right? It was the mandate.
Yeah, it was. You got me.
Now, since you talked about Venom real quick, sidetrack here.
Uh-oh.
Are you happy with the news that they said that Venom 2 is going to be rated PG-13?
This is very, very a very touchy subject, only because of the fact that yes, Venom is, he, well, not necessarily Venom, but Carnage himself. Yes, he is a badass. He does go out and kill and stuff like that. But for a
Yep.
PG movie, it's like you gotta understand. It's like you can't show kids this. You can't show young adults anything like that. But it's tough, man. It's really tough. It goes both ways.
But
They
Deadpool was rated
wanna.
R.
Yes, but when you have something rated R, it it's like you lose your at least maybe half of your audience only because of the fact that yes, Deadpool is a superhero. He's from the Marvel comics, but when you have it rated R, you lose half your audience right there only because of the fact that kids can't see this. And like, yes, they did what is that, the remake for Deadpool where the Once Upon a Time,
Yeah, the PG-13, and that was
the
terrible.
yeah, it was terrible. You see, it's like, but something like that, yes, he could go for rated R. But
But I agree with you and I disagree with you because yes, you might think that we're gonna lose half the audience, but if you look at all the rated R movies that came out that was based on the comics, like Joker, Suicide Squad 2, Deadpool, all those movies that was rated R end up making the most money.
that is that is really true. That is true. But
Mm.
it's just like, again, where they're coming from is that they are Marvel comics. Get me? You still got kids that are coming up and watching this, but they, how would you feel like your kid wanted to watch Venom, but he couldn't only because of the fact that
That's
it's a
where you-
rated R.
That's where you go
Like-
with him.
Yeah,
Yeah, true, but you just don't know what, especially with Carnage. You get me? It's like the guy's it's a psychopath and he's out there killing, and you can't show kids that.
Yeah, what you was gonna say, Declan?
like the way I see it is like I don't necessarily think that they made they like chose to do a PG-13 because they wanted to attack the audience. I feel like the only reason why they made it PG-13 is because the first one was PG-13. I feel like because if you think, look, both Suicide Squads were rated R. Every single Deadpool was rated R. Like all those movies started off as rated R. You got to remember Venom started off as PG-13. So switching the ratings is just gonna throw off their whole cycle. Now,
Oh,
now
I
the
feel
first if the first Venom started off as rated R, then that would have been like a different story. But they start with PG-13. I would see why they want to keep that rating going forward.
I understand what you're saying, but then what happened with Wolverine? The first Wolverine and the second Wolverine was rated PG-13. Those were the weakest one, but then Logan came out that was rated
It was
R,
rated R.
and that ended up being the best one out of all three.
Touche. I still disagree with the
Okay,
PG-13. I think it's stupid, but
No, I know.
It is, but even the actor himself, he even wanted it to be rated R. You get
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
It's just the fact that, like, they see it the way they feel like it's gonna benefit them the most. You get me? They're just aiming to get as much audience as possible. You get me? If you have a PG-13, you could have a lot, like I said, a large, wider audience. With the rated R, you're cutting that. Like I said, you're cutting that like maybe half.
Yeah, that's true. And then in another bomb they dropped on us, Venom is gonna be only 90 minutes.
what?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
90
Yep.
minutes.
It's gonna be
dude.
Oh no.
It's gonna be the shortest Marvel film.
Yeah, but all right. Anyways, before I get all pissing and moaning here, all right. What's your other four favorites?
Sticking to Marvel, I actually liked Endgame. I really enjoyed Endgame. Yes, I felt like Infinity War was just like a little tease to what's coming, and then once you're at the end of Infinity War, you're sitting there like, what's going on? What's gonna happen? And at the end, with Endgame, it's like where everything came out. It's like, when they actually defeated Thanos, when they finally, yeah. So they finally, they took down Thanos. what do you call it? And it shows you everything that everybody was literally expecting. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was. I was glad that was their day one. We were all there day one.
Yeah, yeah, and that's, and what I liked about it too is that the fact that they actually gave everybody a proper send off. Like from Iron Man, from day one, he was always up and working and nonstop going and doing his thing. And then she, Pepper Potts actually, she told him that he could rest. That means it's like,
Yeah.
he doesn't have to worry about nothing anymore.
Yep.
Between the Iron Man to Captain America, going back to his love life, what else? It's like, I just felt like that was like the cherry on top of everything,
Of course. Yeah. I mean, we just waited this whole time, for 10 years, so it was only right,
That's true.
Alright, what's your next one?
Getting away from Marvel, I actually, I don't know if you guys are into those into these kind of movies, but they're like those, like they mess up with your mind, kind of.
Like psychological
Like,
movies.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
The first one is Shutter Island.
Oh, yes.
That one, like that was the first movie that I actually watched that got me into those genres. It's like, whoa, like like the 1 minute you're sitting there and you're thinking about, what's gonna happen, and next thing you know, it's a huge plot twist and everything just changes, and you're like, now you don't know what's gonna happen,
Yeah, I think that's a short Martin Scorsese. What's it? How you say his name, dude?
Scorsese or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's one of his films. He's known for like
Yeah.
Godfather, Goodfellas and all that stuff, And I was surprised when I looked him up, and it's funny. I looked him up today without even knowing, and he did that movie. I was like, oh, snap,
Scorsese. I'm not even gonna attempt it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Scorsese or something like that.
You're number 2.
Believe it or not, I'm actually gonna take it back to Disney, and it's actually it's one of my, it's like my favorite cartoon Disney movies. It's actually Moana. I actually enjoy Moana.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened was, it's like, I don't know. It's like everything in Moana. I just felt like they were very, like, I know they done it to it. They started doing it into getting really into like the backgrounds of actual other historians, like
Polynesians and stuff.
yeah. You get me?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like I was looking for that word, but yeah, it's crazy how they sit there and they do the research. They know the actual history about them, and then even to the point, to the details about like Maui's tattoos. It's like everything,
It's
like
a story.
tribal tattoos. Yeah, you get me? It's like but yeah, I actually,
That's a
that was
good choice.
one of the kids out of the, yeah.
Don't feel bad, because I said the Lion King.
The Lion King is good. I that's a classic right there. The Lion King
Oh,
is
yeah.
always a classic.
Yeah.
But but I don't know. It was a heart moving movie. It's very strong. It's enjoyable. Everybody's everybody that watched
the
it.
music too. The music.
Oh
was
yeah, the
good.
music was great. It was excellent.
Yeah.
And you got to hear The Rock sing.
Yeah. Not a bad
Yeah.
singer. Not a bad singer at
Nah,
all.
nah.
No, he's not a bad singer at all.
Yeah. They probably auto-tuned him, but who knows? He still did.
Yeah,
great.
but he did
Everything
good. He did
Everything
really
The Rock touches is just,
Yeah, it's gold.
good. I like I told Declan in the past episodes, like The Rock, it's just like the guy is so, what's the
Talented?
word I'm looking for? He's so talented. He's so likable that
Mhm.
it's kind of hard not to like his films.
Dude,
That's very true.
even if, like, you take a film that people will look at like it's like crap. Like me personally, I love this movie, but I know a lot of people talk crap about it. Tooth Fairy. See,
I like it too.
I li-
actually never watched that, but
I love that movie like a lot. But if you really think about it, take The Rock out, put Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, anyone else, the movie wouldn't work. The movie wouldn't work. That's the thing about The Rock.
Yeah,
The
what's
Rock,
word? He's charismatic or something.
charismatic.
There you go. Eso mismo. Your number one?
man, my number one movie, believe it or not, it's actually Tenet.
Tenet.
If you ever
No, I
watched
just saw
Tenet,
that. I just saw it.
you just saw it.
I just saw it. I got to see it again, but I just saw it. I saw
You-
it like about a
That
couple months ago.
movie, it's like we had to watch at least 3 to 4 times to like fully understand everything. Because the first run through, you be like, whoa, what's going on? And then, it's like you get confused, and then the second time and the third time you watch it, it's like you're catching up, and you're like, oh, this is what he was talking about. And
Yeah.
it was just like, it just it made it feel like they did that on purpose for you to keep watching the movie and rewatch the movie over and over again. It's just for you find out, like, it's like every time you watch it, it's like you find out something new and something different changed in the movie. It's like you see it in a different point of view. Like, that's how I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, nah, but like when I seen that movie, I always told myself, like, a lot of people get mad because Robert Pattinson is gonna be the new Batman. You know, the first thing they say, oh, the Twilight guy really. I always say to myself, I always tell people, and I know people who actually seen this movie now agrees that he might be a good Batman because
Oh yeah, definitely.
Robert Pattinson is a great actor. Granted, he got stuck with the whole Twilight thing because, this is one of those things that all the little kids used to like back in the day.
Yeah.
But you don't
Yeah, not the
see
end.
any of the movies that he's in. And once you finally see him, you're like, wow, this kid could really act.
Yeah,
And
not
what's the crazy thing is too is the fact that he actually hated the movies. He regrets making the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
yeah. But if you even look into the Twilight movies, like he was probably the best actor that progressed throughout the Twilight movies. Because obviously in the first one, 90% of the actors were horrible. I think there was like 2 actors in the entire first Twilight that actually was like decent. And Edward,
Robert Pattinson and Jake, right?
no. Robert Pattinson in the first one was horrible.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, he was terrible. But if you look at like his progression throughout, dude, like it was still like an unfortunate series that he got stuck in. But even in that series, if you look at his progression through the first one to the 5th one, he got good, really, really good.
Yeah, and then a lot of people forget that he come out in the Goblets of Fire, Harry Potter, and he was good in that
Oh.
too. Yeah, he was
Oh.
good. But and a lot of people just got that image burned in their brain, like, oh, it's a Twilight guy. But I don't know. I'm rooting for him, and I'm hoping that he does good.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like he is gonna come up, and
Nah.
and I think he's gonna deliver in Batman. Believe it or not, I think he's gonna take a whole new take on Batman. I feel like he's just gonna take Batman to a whole new level where, you don't see Batman ever crack under pressure between the Joker or I believe the Riddler is gonna be in it, and I believe this,
Catwoman, the Penguin,
and I think Scarecrow as well.
maybe.
It just feels like with all this that you gotta understand that Batman he's not like your typical superhero where he has powers or anything like that. He's just a regular human being, and all he has is all he has is just gadgets. You gotta understand that people, one way or another, they will end up cracking. And then I feel like Robert Pattinson is gonna take that and show that Batman. He's gonna show that Batman that's gonna crack after
Yeah.
you get what I mean? And
I agree with you.
I feel like he is gonna deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also if you think about it, like Batman is like like kind of like the face of DC. So like obviously DC isn't gonna cast somebody that they don't think is not capable of like fulfilling like Ben Affleck's place. If not better than him, then at least equal to him.
Yeah. See,
That's
Ben,
correct.
I think Ben Affleck. A lot of people give him crap for it, but I just think it's what they gave him. I think Ben
His
Affleck
role,
plays. Yeah, I think he plays a good Bruce Wayne. You know
just
what I
as
mean?
Batman.
Yeah, it's just the Batman that needs work. But as far as being Bruce Wayne, he he had that down pat.
Oh yeah, like I feel like he fits more of a Bruce Wayne than Robert Pattinson would.
Yeah,
But I feel like because even when people used to talk about Venom, you get me. They're like when the original trilogy when Venom first appeared, they had I don't remember the actor's name, but he was like that really scrawny guy, and they're like, this is Venom. You get me? Like they're like
yeah,
it's a skinny dude. But when Venom came out, it showed you how big Venom was, how massive he is, how strong
yeah.
he is. You get me?
Oh yeah,
Um, I feel like the same thing with Batman. You're like, yes, um, Ben Affleck does play the role a lot better because you gotta understand Batman is a big, he's a big dude. You get me? He's built. He has a built body, but Robert Pattinson, yeah, he's a lot smaller than him. But I feel like
I feel
I
like
don't
this
know,
is gonna be
but
the younger Batman. I feel like this. I feel like this is gonna be like an
maybe
up and coming Batman. That's one way to find out. So when the
or
second trailer come
the
out.
thing is too, they could go with just how DC's trying to compete with Marvel with the whole multi-universe, and I feel like maybe this is just an alternate Batman. Maybe this is a different Batman from a different timeline where they might still have Ben Affleck's Batman, but Robert Pattinson maybe is a different. He's from a
Universe.
different universe or something where Batman does go bad, where he does snap and he does, he breaks his number one rule where he doesn't kill. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's gonna be that Batman.
Yeah. All right. Now, rapid fire. Top 5 video games.
Rapid fire. Um, me personally, I'm not really into like sport games. I'm not into like,
Me neither.
well, I'm not into sports games at all. You
Yeah.
get me? But
Me too.
the closest to sports is actually more racing. I'm actually into the Need for Speed series. I love the Need for Speed series. I actually feel like yeah, you do get to customize real cars and real everything, but I just not that it's not that Forza racing. It's not that a Gran Turismo racing. It's
Street racing.
more street racing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not that simulator like they say it is, but
Yeah.
but the top game right now Need for Speed has is Need for Speed Heat. I feel like they took that game to a whole new level. They did an excellent job with it. I feel like from customizations, from the engine to the car to the way the car sits and the stance and everything like that. I think they did a really good job with that.
Okay. Number 4.
Number 4, going away from main systems, I actually enjoyed Breath of the Wild. It was the first open world Zelda game that and they did an amazing job with that. They the environment, everything was amazing. You get me? It's like uh, like I felt like not like every other Zelda game where everything was just like, hey, you completed this level and you get a Master Sword and then you just fight the rest of the game with the Master Sword. It's like
Yeah.
with Breath of the Wild, you gotta get your health up, you gotta get your hearts up, you have to actually look for the Master Sword. It's not given to you. The combat was amazing. I feel like I feel like they took that game to for what it is. It's an amazing game.
Yeah, you gotta lend me that game one day.
No, definitely. Like if like it's crazy. It's because like they could literally start you in the beginning of the game to be like, all right, go ahead and fight Ganon. You could literally just in the beginning of the game just go ahead and fight Ganon. You get me?
Yeah.
But you're just you're just cutting the game in half. But when you go out there and you explore all the regions and finding all the chests and even especially with like the puzzle rooms and stuff like that, it was amazing.
Nice. All right, we're at number 3.
Uh, Believe it or not, I actually enjoyed VR. It was a Beat Saber.
Oh,
Oh,
If you
shit.
guys ever played.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
yeah. We had good times, man.
VR. I think, especially but the PSVR it ran. You know, it didn't run at HD, but it did run at high HD. But uh, yeah, the graphics was great and everything, and especially for like the way it was for like Beat Saber, it's like you actually felt like you was there. Like it was just amazing, and then the way um, like just the graphics and you being in there and you actually see these cubes coming at you, and when you're slicing them, um, and then just besides that VR aspect, it's just like they're always putting out packs with real music in it, and like till this day it keeps updating, and you're always getting new songs and stuff like that. And believe it or not, just playing it, it gets you in a good mood. You're always listening to music while it's like you're working out, you're always moving. It's a really fun game too, you get me? And especially it's when you have like you have family over, or it's a good party game, you get me? And it's very enjoyable.
Yep. All right, you're number 2.
I know you might hate me for this one.
Oh God, I already know.
Ah, you bastard.
Then we got Destiny.
Yep.
Wait, are we talking about Destiny 1 or 2?
We're talking about 2. Well,
Ah.
Destiny in general.
Destiny in general. Okay.
Yes, like
This is where
Destiny
I'm
1. No. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, Destiny did fall off. It really, with the whole thing between Bungie and Activision splitting, and I just feel like, yes, when Activision left, they cut their manpower in half, and then from the point when Activision left until a couple seasons in, they were very dry. They lost a lot of their player base. Yes, a lot of things got nerfed in the game. It just it got like you. It's like you like it dried up like a raisin. You get me? But it was dry. It did get dry. But I just feel like, yes, when they brought out what was the latest season with the Beyond Light, where the character ends up having darkness and stuff like that, I feel like they're slowly getting back into the wave where they're getting their player base back, and I feel like they're slowly getting back to what Destiny was supposed to be. Like they're getting their story tied in, because I know in the beginning Destiny's story was like all over the place.
Yo, the story was just fix computers and kill stuff.
Yes, but yes, that is true, and the only way you could actually know the story coming from D1, you had to find what is those Glimmer cards and stuff like that. That's the only way you would knew what was going on in the story. But I was happy that Destiny 2 they took that out, because you could actually immerse more into the storyline itself, and learn more about the characters and learn everything through the storyline, instead of just going out and looking for Glimmer cards. But especially now that I feel like they're starting to tie the story a lot better. Their storytelling is getting a lot better, especially now that Witch Queen's coming out soon. I feel like they could. I'm just hoping, let's just say, that
I think a lot of us are.
Yeah, you get me? It's just like they could bring it back to where like it was. If Forsaken was one of, I think, is the highest point of Destiny.
Oh yeah,
and I
for
just
sure.
feel like, you get me? And I just feel like this Witch Queen DLC, I just hope like it's like Forsaken but better. You get me? You get to see now. You get to deal with Savathun herself, and all, and then now she's having ghosts that are resing Hive. They're called what are they called? They had a
Oh
name
my
for
god,
it.
yeah, I completely forgot what it was called, and I just saw a video on it the other
Uh,
day.
yes, is it
Don't
now?
even ask me.
It just you're getting these guys are now gonna start wielding the light. Like it's gonna, I feel like the whole story is gonna flip. Like you're gonna be wielding darkness, and they're gonna be wielding the light, and you're just gonna clash. But it's just the way Bungie does it. I hope they do it right. I hope they actually, you know, I'm behind them, but it's like I'm just hoping they don't fail me.
Yeah, you're probably the only one behind him, but okay.
No,
Your
believe it
number
or not,
one. Now go
my
ahead.
number one is actually Call of Duty Cold War.
What? Oh
Yeah.
my god. You lucky you wasn't with us in the, what, 2 episodes ago when we trashed that game, bro?
I understand where you guys are coming from.
Wow.
Yes, you go from climbing up the Call of Duty ladder.
Will, you sure you want to keep him, bro?
Hold on.
I'm thinking about it, man. Double check. I'm backtracking my statement.
I have my reasoning. Okay, it's
Not even Modern Warfare. Freaking Cold
No,
War.
no, no.
When I heard Call of Duty, I'm like, he's in the same Modern Warfare, right?
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
And I was like, my guy. And then he said, Cold War.
listen, Linda.
Alright.
Yes, Modern Warfare, it exceeded everybody's expectations. Everybody thought like, here we go again. They're gonna remaster or rework Modern Warfare all over again. And then once Modern Warfare 2019 came out, yes, it blew everybody's.
Sure did.
It surprised everybody. It was great. The graphics was amazing. The voice acting was amazing. The storyline alone, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Going into the multiplayer, yes, the game mechanics was amazing. It was a lot slower than most Call of Duty games, and it wasn't so much where everybody was just running around with shotguns and sliding everywhere and stuff like that. It took a more tactical base. It's like Rainbow Six Siege, but a little faster than that. But what has me Cold War over Modern Warfare?
Can I say
What is it? What is it?
Zombies.
Yes, it is. If Cold War was the first Black Ops game that actually makes sense in their zombies, because if you ever played all the previous Black Ops games, their storylines I felt like was kind of like all over the place.
Okay. As a previous veteran and a fanboy, okay, of the older Call of Duty, every single Treyarch Call of Duty game besides Cold War, I knew the story from beginning to end, and I played it like crazy. Now, the Cold War story is unbelievably easy to follow, but the reason why I love the other story that Treyarch was developing in the other Black Ops games is because you actually had to depend on the Easter eggs to understand it. Like, if you didn't do the Easter egg, you would not know the story, and I think that is what made Zombies. Because now you don't have to do the Easter egg to understand the story mode. You really don't.
Yes and no, because of the fact that yes, in the previous Black Ops games, some maps did have an Easter egg, but now every single map has an Easter egg.
No, and
the story continues.
Yeah, for Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, all three of them had Easter eggs in every single one of the maps, but it wasn't until Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was the first Call of Duty to put in a boss fight.
An actual boss fight and
like end cutscenes.
And yes, that's what I was trying to. Yes, I know all of them had Easter eggs. I knew all of them had little hidden things all over the map and stuff like that, and it tied into the storyline. But it's just the fact that I felt like yes, it's a lot more easier to understand, and it's like you gotta beat the first Easter egg and it continues into the next Easter egg. But every map, it just continues from storyline to storyline, and it just continues over and over and over from one map into the next map into the next map. And what I like about that is just like it's like the next map that comes out, it's like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna do next. What's gonna happen? What's gonna yes, it's a lot more simpler and it's a lot more, you know, like you could say linear kind of, but I just feel like I don't know. I it's a lot easier to understand, I guess.
Yeah, all right. So
But,
before we hop into the topics real quick, I just have one more question for you. You
Yes.
know how the Dark Ether story is going to carry over to Call of Duty Vanguard? Are you
Yes.
going to get Vanguard for that specific reason? Did you pre-order it?
No, I didn't pre-order it.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I did. Believe it or not, I did do the beta. I did try out the game, and what I kind of feel, what they're trying to do. Even I never liked Sledgehammer's games, believe it or not, but it's just the fact that Sledgehammer. I feel like Sledgehammer learned from what Modern Warfare was.
Oh, yeah,
Modern Warfare
definitely.
2019, because
I'm hoping.
a lot of their game,
I'm hoping because I love Modern Warfare.
So Modern Warfare, they did take that strategic, slower paced, fighting style. Where Black Ops, you're just running and gunning.
Yeah, you're just drop shotting, jumping corners, sliding, dolphin diving.
Yes, you're always gonna get. Well, there's no dolphin diving in.
Yeah,
well, in the previous, yes,
unfortunately.
Yes, Black Ops had that more faster paced running gun kind of style. The Modern Warfare series always had that more strategic, like
Tactical
you have to cover-
aspect.
Yeah, more tactical, and I feel like Vanguard is gonna have that play style. It's gonna be more of a Modern Warfare play style,
Yeah,
and just having older guns.
yeah,
And I think that's how.
yeah. Because Modern Warfare was that first Call of Duty that broke away from that basic run and gun. And have you noticed
Yeah.
every Call of Duty after Modern Warfare has taken the mechanics from Modern Warfare? The way you run, the way you reload, the way you jump, the way you reload, everything, the mechanics and everything. Every Call of Duty after Modern Warfare has mimicked that game style. Cold War is like that.
It's only been
Cold
one
War,
game after Modern Warfare.
Yeah, but look, no, I'm including Vanguard in it too, because if you played the beta, the game style is
The
just
beta.
like Modern Warfare.
I know.
And
Just
so is
like
Cold War.
Beta, beta?
Cold.
I didn't even know beta
Cold
came out.
War. Cold War. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like the multiplayer for Cold War.
Oh no, it's terrible. It's the worst Call of Duty multiplayer I've ever played in my life.
Yes, it is. It is. You get me? It was more. You still got that original, like that, where everybody's just running, gunning, sliding everywhere with shotguns and, camping and stuff like that. But I know you can't get rid of camping in every Call of Duty. But with Cold War, it's just like everybody knows the maps, everybody knows where to hide and stuff like that, and you're always gonna get campers. But in Modern Warfare, you never really got that. But I just hope with the Vanguard that yes, they go back to that play style, but you're just gonna have older guns.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the only reason why I picked Cold War over Modern Warfare is only because of the zombies. I just felt like the zombies itself was like a lot better. Even it's the way the points mechanic work. With the whole pack a punch, everything, the way they changed everything, I just feel like it's a lot better than the previous Black Ops games.
Got you on that.
Okay.
And Treyarch is working with Vanguard to working on that. They're gonna continue the Ether story into
Yeah, no,
Vanguard.
that's interesting. But now I'm like, yo, are you gonna keep the Cold War mechanics, or are they gonna? That's what's throwing me off, and I'm hyped. That got me like excited for zombies even more.
Yeah. Even though I'm a huge fanboy, I already got that Dark Matter. Or is it Ultra Matter?
The
Whatever.
Dark Ether.
Dark Ether? Yes. Yes.
Alrighty. Enough with this Call of Duty crap.
I mean, first topic is already touching on zombies anyway, so.
Yeah, so alright, so then let's get into our first topic now. We're jumping into a movie, real quick movie reviews. There's only two, and then we're jumping into the PlayStation 5 showcase. Now, this is your first time listening. Like always, we have a normal rating system, 1 through 10. Anybody got any other ideas? I'm here to listen. But right now, we're just gonna stick to the regular 1 through 5. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. So, what is the first one? I'm guessing since you already touched base on it.
Yep, it is Marvel's What If Marvel Zombies.
Alrighty. And I know Nor didn't see this,
Mm-mm.
right? Alrighty. So you didn't even see the two movies, the two stuff we watched, right?
Which ones?
Well, that's a no.
No.
Well, all right. First one, I'm gonna start off on this one. I'm gonna actually give the What If Marvel Zombies. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay, go in depth. Go in depth. Talk about it. Talk about it.
I wanted to give it a 10. The only reason why I didn't give it a 10, it was only a half an hour. I wanted more. I was being greedy. I wanted more. I wanted a whole series dedicated to the Marvel Zombies, and that's the only reason why I didn't give it a 10. But saying that, Marvel did not shy away into, like, they did gore, but they did it like clean gore to the point that they could get away with it.
That because of the animations. It's because it's animated. They could get away with it. That was live action. It wouldn't. Marvel would never do that.
Yeah. But I thought it was great. I loved the way the zombies looked. The zombies looked
They
awesome.
looked exactly like the comic ones, which
Yes.
made me love it so much.
Yes. And then to actually show them using their powers still as zombies made it so much better. Because I'm like, oh, I think I could survive a zombie apocalypse, but how about a zombie apocalypse with superpowers? I don't think you could.
Nah, I'll kill myself, honestly.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I give it a 9. Everybody has to watch, and I kind of hope they bring this bring it back.
Okay, me, I give it a like straight up solid 10 out of 10.
I know you would have.
A solid 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I give it a 10 out of 10 is because the first comic series that got me into comics was a Marvel Zombie comic. Like, that was like, I walked into a comic book store not knowing what the hell I was going to get into. The first comic that grabbed my attention, because I've always been a zombie fanatic since I was a little kid, like Left 4 Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Shaun of the Dead, like movies, games, anything zombies related, I was hooked on it. And I was big on
Cold War.
superheroes too. Wait, what'd you say?
Cold War.
Yo, we're gonna have to talk after this, yo.
We gotta sit down, rules.
But yo, it literally, like, Marvel Zombie comics got me into comics. That's what broke me into Venom and Carnage and all of that. So just to see that the What If episode legitimately mimicked the comic series so good, but not too much to the point where it was a straight mirror image. It also kind of like was its own, but still referencing the comic book. That, oh my god, that balance between like new and referencing the comics was like just 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
And the animations were unbelievable. I loved it. I love the animations, but I want them to do a separate series on this, like just Marvel Zombies, nothing else.
Yeah, they have to. I think if it gets the positive feedback that it's getting, I'm pretty sure they might do it. They have to.
Dude, they'd be
It's great.
stupid if they didn't.
Keep it anime. Keep it anime too if you have to. Animate. I'm fine with it.
No, the
It's
end.
so good.
I prefer the animations, honestly.
Yeah. So Nor, when you get a chance, watch the What If.
Yeah.
I have to. I know I have to. I've slacked on that. I did watch their regular series, which was the WandaVision, the Loki, the Captain Falcon, Winter Soldier one. I watched all those, but that's the only series I didn't really get into yet.
Well, watch
I
it.
have to sit down.
I'm pretty sure I've read something that's gonna be canon to the movies and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I think everything's gonna tie in, and I think that's very smart on Marvel's end. It's it keeps their, even through the whole pandemic, it still had everybody tied in until their next movie, and
Yep.
I think that's a very smart way of going.
Alrighty, so our next one is Malignant. If you could, put the synopsis on it. I totally forgot.
All right. So while I typed up the synopsis for it real quick, I'm gonna just jump into like the rating real quick while I look this up.
Yeah, cause I'm interested on what your rating is.
Okay, so I'm extremely loyal to James Wan. Okay, extremely loyal. Okay, because he completely like just Blumhouse in general. All right, so I had
You know he's not
high.
Blumhouse no more, right?
Yeah, I know he's not, but unfortunately he's not. I know what's his company called?
Atomic Monster.
There you go. So real quick, so the synopsis. Paralyzed by fear from shocking visions, a woman's torment worsens as she discovers her waking dreams are terrifying realities. So basically, that was like the crappiest synopsis I've ever read. But basically, this woman, she was born with like they were like conjoined twins, but like one of the twins was like 90% like developed, and then the other 10% was like the twin's
Sorry to
brain.
cut you off.
What's up?
Sorry to cut you off. Don't give too much away, please.
No, I'm not gonna give too much. I'm just saying, like,
It's fresh, you know.
okay, touche. It's an interesting story, very and extremely interesting. It's just you think it's gonna be like demonic and like conjuring ish and insidious like James Wan usually did. Nah. He went a completely different route. I personally love the thought process behind it. Like, I love it. I give the movie a solid 7.5 out of 10.
Oh wow, I think he's gonna say more, dude.
No,
To be honest.
because I think the CGI wasn't the best. The animations could have been better. I mean, granted, I'm gonna just say like the enemy, the bad side was animated cool in some scenes, but I just feel like the overall CGI could have been a lot better. Granted that it's coming from James Wan. I expected a little better animations from his part.
Yeah. All right. 7.5.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. I'm just gonna jump in real quick.
Right.
I know I haven't watched them, but just hearing that, you're telling. I just overheard you saying that this guy James Wan, he was from the Blumhouse. I feel like, watching previous Blumhouse movies, I think they did I don't know if he was in charge, but
Most of it he was.
I enjoy. I enjoyed every single Blumhouse movie. Like it now, and hearing Duncan talking about it, it's like, man, I think I should go watch it now.
Yeah. Wait until you hear Will's opinion on this, because I'm pretty sure he's a complete opposite of mine.
Uh oh.
Alrighty. I'm giving this movie, and Declan's gonna be in shock, but I actually give this movie a solid 7.
Oh wow! I was expecting like a 4.
Yes. No. Alright. When I first got into this movie, like Declan, I didn't read no synopsis or nothing like that. I just wanted to go in here blind. I'm like, James Wan, it's James Wan. It's gonna be a demonic movie. It is not a demonic movie. It actually is like a creature movie. And it actually goes to a studio called the Atomic Monster. So I felt like this movie was like a test to show you that he can't, he's not all about demonics, that he could do something different. And I feel like he wants to do more creature movies. You know what I mean? And it kind of worked for me, dude. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people might crap on this movie. I'm not too sure, because I haven't I haven't looked at the ratings. But I actually enjoy this movie. The beginning acting kind of threw me off because it was like, I felt like it was bad. Like,
Yeah, they could have casted better actors, to be honest.
maybe I felt like maybe he was trying to do like early 90s late 80s type of movie, because I felt like that was the type of acting they did in the beginning. And even he tried to do practical effects, and people who don't know what practical effects are, it's not CGO, it's just basically special effects, makeup wise, like it's not computer generated, nothing, it's just straight makeup. And yes, there is some CGOs, and yes, it could have been a lot better, but I felt like this was a test run, and I'm hoping that he keeps making these films, because I feel like the more he makes it, the better it's gonna get, and it just fits his studios. Make more creature movies because we don't have enough creature movies. It's all about demons or slashers. Not
Yeah,
enough
but
creatures.
it's just the story behind why this creature is a creature. You got to admit that idea is
It's
hot.
good.
It's a good idea.
And the acting gets better after the beginning.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, once you start getting into like the horror aspect of it, then the acting kicks up. But once you're in that like slow build up, oh god, it's not that
Yeah,
good.
I just glad that um he bring a lot of the actors and actresses from The Conjuring, like Llorona, like all from the Conjuring universe.
Yeah.
He bring them here, so that was good.
Yeah,
A
that was
7.
good. Okay.
Now, next topic is we're gonna be talking about the PS5 showcase.
Showcase.
So
Some of them there's really 3 of them that we're really, really, really excited about, and then there's some that we still want to play, and then there's some it's just like we're gonna put off to the side. But
yeah, before we get into the top major 3, which I already assume that a lot of the viewers can assume what those top 3 are, we're gonna hit up a couple honorable mentions that that was like on the showcase, but not like too big of a deal in our opinion.
yeah,
So first up on the list from the showcase is Project Eve.
yeah. You know what? Let Nor take the mic on this one.
Oh man.
Rate it, and then see
Um,
what you.
I it, from what I watched, I honestly, I get more of like a Final Fantasy kind of vibe from it. It's like a third person, slasher type. It just reminds me of a lot of like Final Fantasy. It's just it I don't know how the game mechanics will work. I don't know how the playstyle is gonna be, but if it's a lot of people do like Final Fantasy, and I feel like yes, it could work, but from what I saw, I'm not a big fan of that kind of style. But
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not like I said.
rating?
Honestly, from what I see, I give it like a 5.
Okay. All right. What about you, Deck?
I'm actually gonna 110% agree with Nor. I'm not big on Final Fantasy type games. Not like it's not like like my game style. However, Project Eve does look interesting. Like, I'm not saying it's identical to like Final Fantasy. It references it, which has caused me kind of iffy. But at the same time, it looks like it's its own project. So I'm gonna give it like a 5 to 6 from what I've seen so far. But like I'm open minded about it. I'm willing to try it out.
Yeah, I'm willing to try it, but it's just I don't know.
All right, so I guess I'm just the oddball here because I actually gave the trailer an 8.5.
Oh,
I am kind of excited. Granted, I never really touched any Final Fantasy games, but I just feel like I like those hacker slash games. I like the Bayonetta. I liked it. Darksiders, um, Devil May Cry, even what's that game that Ninja Theory came up with? Oh man, I can't think of it. It's like Ninja something. It might
Ninja
just be called
Gaiden?
Ninja Gaiden, yeah.
Mhm.
It gave me those vibes, and I like those kind of games. And it's just once in a while, I think it's fun. You know, so I'm gonna be the oddball one here, and I'm gonna give it 8.5. I'm gonna play it.
Don't get me wrong. It looks fun. It looks, but it's me coming. I'm more of like a first person shooter kind of guy. But I don't know. I'll still give it a shot.
Yeah, that's why it's a good thing that we got 3 of us who likes different things. So.
Mhm.
Yeah. I feel like with the third host, I feel like the conversations are gonna get a lot more interesting.
Yes, it is.
Especially because this guy puts Cold War as number 1.
Definitely.
Alright,
what's the
so
next one?
following Project Eve, we got We got I'm just looking for the image right here. We have Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yes, yes. I'll take this one. I'm interested. I give the trailer a 10 just because it's gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Excitement level for the game, I'm gonna give it an 8. I've played Borderlands 1, I played Borderlands 2, I played basically all the Borderlands. I just never finished the last one. But I feel like, Borderlands were the first basically when it came to grinding, was one of the first games grinding with the whole loot system and all that.
Hmm.
And it's just one of those games that you can play co-op like Destiny, but everybody has different guns because there is so many different guns out there. It's weird, dude. They even got money where you could like a money gun where you could shoot them with money and money comes out. It's
Yeah.
they have a gun where it's a sex toy gun. Yeah, and it could slip out your hand and you could lose it. so like Borderlands it's just a fun game, and I'm excited for it. I can't wait. What? Let's give it to Nor. Go ahead, Nor.
All right. I'm gonna be straight up honest. Yes.
You're gonna give it a 2.
No. I want to give it also a 5. Only reason because of the fact that yes, for it being a cartoony, like comic book kind of the Borderlands comic feel to it. It wasn't beautiful. The graphics was amazing on it. It's just I don't know. I never got into the Borderlands series. That's the only reason why. Like
Yeah.
I feel like somebody that's been in the series, someone that's been playing the games, I feel like they'll enjoy it more. But for me, not being, I've tried them honestly, but I just
But you
never
played it
got
by
into
yourself, though, right?
Yes, I did.
See, that's the problem. Like, see, me and Roy always played it together, so that's what always made it fun. So I think if you cop this game and you play it with us, I think you'll enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, stick to Cold War.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna stick a Cold War, man.
Alright,
Like
Declan,
for me, the trailer was I gave the trailer a solid. I'll give it like an 8.5. Like looks wise, graphic wise, like color wise, I give it like a 15 out of 10. Like, cause Borderlands for me was the number one game that had like my favorite type of graphics, favorite type of lighting, shadowing, detailing. Number one favorite game in terms of graphics. The only reason why I'm not shooting for a 10 is because it looks like a softer version of Borderlands. It looks like a more like kiddie version. I mean, even though there's assault rifles and shooting and monsters and stuff, it's kind of like I look at Borderlands as Hot Topic, and then Tiny Tina's Wonderland as Box Lunch.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. So I'm hoping it's not as kiddish as I think it's gonna be. I hope it has like some aspects of Borderlands, but that's how I see it. It just seems like a soft version, which I'm not too crazy about.
All right. Well, let's see what the next trailer will bring us on that game. So hopefully, I agree with you on what you said, and I'm hoping it's rated M.
Yeah.
What's the
next one is the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
I think
Alrighty.
Declan should
Okay.
take point on this one.
Go ahead.
10 out of 10. I'm so excited for this game.
What?
I am unbelievably excited for this game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. When I heard that this game was announced, I was like thought it was gonna be like like some crappy like mobile app version of it. I thought it was gonna be like some crappy one, but no. Like after seeing like the little gameplay footage from like the trailer, I'm excited for this game because I personally love Guardians of the Galaxy. So I guess you could say I'm a little biased because I love, the movies and stuff. So I have high expectations for this game. So I'm personally excited for
Disappoint.
it.
Hope it doesn't disappoint you.
There's just tiny, tiny, slight part of me that says it will, but I'm being hopeful. I'm gonna stay optimistic on this one.
Yeah, that's all you gotta be. Just be a little bit hopeful.
Yeah. I know you take. You could take it away. What you gonna give it, 5?
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give it something a little higher than a 5. I'm gonna give it a 7. The I feel like the graphics was amazing on it. They did an amazing job with the whole animation. It looks kind of like that realistic cartoonish kind of vibe to it. But yes, I like the adventure games. I like, the whole storyline driven. But the only thing that I feel a little iffy about is that I feel like you're gonna be playing as Quill the whole entire time. I think if that's gonna be it, it could have just been all about Quill and not just the Guardians of the Galaxy. But I could be wrong, and I'm just hoping that you can switch between the characters, because I feel like that's gonna be a lot better. But if the whole run through is gonna be with just Quill, I just feel like, I don't know.
I'd like to change my rating for a second. I didn't think about it like that. I rated it thinking I was gonna be able to play all the characters.
But you don't know.
Touche, touche.
Well,
But I'm hoping, because if it is just Quill, I'm gonna be like, that was like a huge opportunity missed.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I'm actually gonna echo everything both of you guys say, but I'm actually gonna give this game a 7.5. Trailer wise, because just like what North said, kind of hoping you could play with all the Guardians, because like Declan said, that would be a huge miss. But I think you're gonna be playing as all of them.
No, there's no way they would make them that important in the trailer if they're not playable. There's no way.
I don't think you could probably you might not be able to choose them, but I feel like each stage you might play as one of the characters. But I think majority of the time is gonna be Quill.
No, what would be
yeah.
cool?
I just feel like. Go ahead, Declan.
Real quick, like, what would be cool? You ever played the Lego games?
Yes.
Like Lego Batman, Lego Indiana Jones. Like, you see how you have like 3 characters and you can literally just switch through them with like one click. That's how I want that game to play out. And I hope it's like that. Like, one click you switch over, or at least if you load into a mission beforehand, you can pick whatever character you want.
Yeah, like the Marvel games that
Yeah.
like X-Men Legends and Civil War. I'm hoping.
I kind of like disagree with you guys. I feel like it's more about the way I took it as. I think only because of the fact that Quill is the leader of the Guardians, I feel like you're gonna play as Quill majority of the time, and I feel like you're gonna command them. It's more of like a third person shooter where you could probably command the rest of the Guardians. I hope I'm wrong.
I'm hope so too.
But but that's how I took it. That's how I saw it as. I felt like you're gonna play as Quill majority of the time, and you're just gonna have the Guardians with you. You get me? They're gonna be just like AI is just they're gonna be running with you. But
but maybe they don't want to they don't want to show off a lot of things, so they just want you to think you're playing as Peter Quill. But I really hope.
Like I said, yeah, I just hope. Like I said, I just hope that I am wrong and that you do get to play with all the Guardians. But we're only gonna find out once it gets closer.
Yeah. Alright, what's the next
Alright,
one?
so next game on the list is going to be Ghostwire.
I take one of this one because I told you guys to watch it. I'm gonna give the trailer a 8.5.
Ooh, that's high.
Yeah, it's a totally different game. It is horror, but instead of having a gun, like Resident Evil, or camera like Outlast, you have like magical powers, and I feel like it's like a horror game mixed with Harry Potter in it,
Of
and
course, of
and
course.
and even like it's so detailed, and every time he did a different magic with his hands, he did a different motion. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? It's not just like I'm
The
gonna
same
like
animation.
yeah, like the Iron Man throwing the little guns, like he lift off his palms and he shoots. You know, it's he'll do he'll do something like that for fire, but then he'll start doing some crazy gang dancing with his fingers and throwing a different type of magic, and I don't know. And then
Uh,
Tokyo's horror, I love it so much better than American horror, and I just
yeah.
feel like it has a little bit of it has like monster like the ghosts that look like Slender Man, and you have a ghost that look like the Ring. You know, I feel like there was an Easter egg where there was a kid in the yellow raincoat, so I took it either as Georgie or the game Little Nightmares. You know,
Mhm.
um, I don't know. I'm excited for the game now. I want to play. I'm not a big fan of horror, you know, because I am excuse my language, but I am a chicken shit when it comes to horror. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think I might suck it up and just play this one because I like it. You know, it looks
You,
good.
you know what kind of horror? It gives me like a haunted mansion horror type vibe.
Yeah, Haunted Matt. You talking about Disney?
Yeah, no, okay, no, let me rephrase. I'm not talking about like how it looks or like I'm not talking about none of that because obviously it's completely different. I'm talking in terms of the ghost and like the type of like horror vibe it gives off. For me, I look at it more as like an entertainment horror rather than a scary horror.
Okay.
I look at it more as like a
But
visual horror rather than like straight scary game.
yeah, so if I do, and it's a big if, but if I do end up getting this game, I just might stream it just to see you guys can see me get scared. You know. I
Nah,
think
you know what we need to stream? We need to stream Dead by Daylight.
yeah, nah, I'll
D-
be screaming. They'll hate me. Alright,
So
like
what is your take? What is your take on it, Declan?
Alright, so I'm gonna sit at a solid 7.5. It is unbelievably different. I have not seen a game that takes like this route. In a weird way, it gives me prototype vibes. Have you ever played Prototype for the Xbox 360?
Yeah.
It kind of gives me that type of vibe to it. Obviously, it's like completely different because this is magical spells and you got someone who's infected. But like the way like the fighting scenes were, like you know, down in like that city area,
Yeah. Um.
like. But I just think that the graphics could have looked a little bit better. I mean, the graphics do look cool. Like they look good, but like I don't know, the graphics kind of remind me of, like Yakuza graphics a little
yeah,
bit. So it's like you know,
Yeah.
I would kind of like picture it. I would like that game. I think the game would look a lot better if it had like Last of Us 2 graphics or like God of War graphics, like that smooth.
it's still early development too.
Yeah, I
So
know, I know, I know. But I'm just going based off what the trailer shows.
alright.
Um.
It's
Yes.
giving it a 5.
No. No. Uh,
No, no.
I'm in the same boat as you, where I really don't like horror games. I even
Oh yeah,
just
I
playing
forgot.
Resident. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of horror games. I think I
We
told
should
you guys.
record you playing this.
Uh, we're gonna talk about the co-hosts, but remember how when Resident Evil, you know, yes, it was a horror game, but when they took it to the 7 and when they come out with Biohazard, they really like stepped it up. They really did bring out the horror out of that.
Yeah.
And especially, you know, I have played it in VR, and what's crazy is the fact that it made it so realistic, and you were actually there at the haunted house and at the house that's, you know, with the girlfriend and everything. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I probably played the first 10 minutes of it, and then I was like, nope, it's not for me. And I kind of get the same vibe with this one, with what is it called?
Ghostwire.
Ghostwire. I feel like it has that aspect of Resident Evil. I think they took it of how successful Biohazard was, whereas the first person you feel the experience. It's not a third person like the previous Resident Evil. I feel like because it's a first person and everything that's gonna jump at you, it feels more interactive. It feels more like it's you. You get me? Because when the third person, your character is the one that's gonna get affected or attacked or whatever the case may be. But when you're playing first person, you experience it more. And with this, yes, it's a first person horror game, and I feel like it took elements of Resident Evil and Outlast, because you like you said, well, Outlast, yes, it's a first person, but you only have a camera and you can't defend yourself. You just got to run. It's like I feel like they took those two elements and they made it into one game, where it's a first person and technically running gun, but it's instead of guns you got magic.
Yeah, plus the bad guy looks cool. He gave me like that guy from Big Ten. Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
that's because Big Hero was from Tokyo.
Yeah. Okay. What rating do you give this? You never give it a rating.
I didn't give it a rating, but I do want to give it a 7. It's because of the fact that the graphics on it was phenomenal. Just like you said, when he was sitting there and he was chanting these spells and stuff like that, the way he was moving his hands, it's always a different animation for every spell that he's doing.
Yeah.
You get me? And he actually shows it, and I feel like that's traditional hand movements to I don't know if it's actual fighting style, but just seeing it, like I was like, wow, this is really good. Like you could tell like they put time and effort into making the hand movements like count. You get me?
Like Naruto.
Yeah, you get me? It's like how Cold War, or not Cold War, well, just Call of Duty in general, where if you ever watched when they do the gun animations, how they reload, and anybody could copy a gun animation, but him doing it with his hands, it's like, wow, like they did a very good job with that. But yeah.
Alright, the next one, please.
So after Ghostwire, we're gonna talk about Forspoken.
Alright, I'll let Nor go first on this one.
Alright, so I kind of took it because it's again with the third person, and it felt like it was very adventure-y and open worldish.
I like that.
Adventure-y. Yeah, it's a new word in the vocabulary. It's like I feel like they took elements from Spider-Man, where you see how she's grappling from tree to tree and she's moving across the forest and stuff like that. With Spider-Man elements, and kind of like I got like an Uncharted vibe from it, where I feel like you're gonna go to, you're gonna explore like cities and like forgotten cities and stuff like that, where you're gonna find relics and stuff like that. So I pictured Uncharted and Spider-Man. I was always big on the Uncharted franchise. I love them.
Yeah,
They're great games. Yeah. And especially with the graphics, it looks so realistic. And I feel like they're mashing that with Spider-Man, the way the open world, the movement, everything like that. It's coming from that. So me, I'll give it an 8. I actually like that.
Okay.
Just from.
Go ahead, Declan.
I'm gonna jump in and give the same rating, an 8, because the gameplay it just overall looked good. It looked really, really good. The graphics were unbelievable. You're literally like, you're not using a gun, you're not using a bow and arrow, a staff, nothing. You literally just pick up your hands and just, you just like, I don't know. It kind of like obviously reminds me of like Ghostwire a little bit in terms of how like you use your powers and stuff, but I take it as like Forspoken did a better way of portraying it. Like I feel like it's similar on how you use your powers. I just feel like Forspoken kind of like delivered it in the better.
right, all right.
And you, Mr. Will?
I too give it an 8.
Wow,
Yeah,
a
it's
triple eight.
yeah. I'm really interested in the story because it's basically she's in our world and it looks like she gets sucked into another world. You know, she looked like she lived like in Chicago or New York or something, and then she's in like the 1800s of China or something, and it like you guys, it gave me Uncharted vibes on it, and I love all the Uncharted games, and I'm excited for it. I really want to play it, and I'm hoping it feels like Uncharted.
Yeah, because
You
it
know?
gives you that exploration vibe. It gives you that, like, oh, like you know, you want to explore whatever it is. I don't know if it's a forest or it's like a ancient city or anything like that. It's just it gives you that vibe, and then it
Yeah,
feels
it
like you
gives me
want
that ancient city vibe. It's
to.
like medieval ancient city. But yeah, I'm excited this game. I can't wait for the game to come out, and I think it's gonna be a great game.
Okay. So, next topic is we're going to hit up our honorable mentions because we are one category away from our big three.
All right,
So, for the first one on the list for honorable mentions is Blood Hunt, which is, the Battle Royale vampire. I'll let you take point on it because you actually
yeah,
threw it out there.
yeah, I
Oh,
threw it out there. I just want to, I want to give this one a try. I'm not really big into battle royale, but we're just gonna say these things quick. But I just want to play it because it's basically you're vampires. So I just want to give it a try because hey, there's different classes of vampires. There's brutes and all that, and it looks fun. So saw the trailer and I give the trailer 7.
Trailer. You see, I didn't watch trailer.
Wow.
I watched like clips from a 2-hour gameplay stream. And there's a guy playing it. Yeah, no, he was straight playing the game.
Yeah, the beta's out. I had the beta. Didn't have time to play it.
Okay, now listen. From what I saw in that live stream, play it because it's literally like like you're jumping, you're running, you're climbing walls, you're jumping off of buildings, you're flying across like skylines, but you're also carrying an AR-15 and a double pump shotgun at the same time.
Didn't know that. All right.
Yeah, the guy literally had an assault rifle and he's mowing you down like you're PUBG, but starts climbing a building and goes to the top of a building and starts shooting you from above. And then you drop down and take no fall damage.
Ooh, it sounds good.
So
That game looks good. And there's a lot of rarities because when he killed somebody, there was like yellow, purple, green, shining lights on all of his loot. So,
Oh, okay.
that game looks
would you
good.
give it?
Honestly, from what I saw, I didn't watch the trailer. From the gameplay I saw, I'm going to give it like an 8.5.
Oh wow.
What about you, Mr. Noy?
Uh, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give it a 1.
What?
Yes. Can I? Me personally, I just feel like we don't need another battle royale game.
That's why they made it different. It's vampires.
It's vampires,
Yes, but it's still a battle royale.
Nah.
I just feel like I just feel like they just wanted to jump on the bandwagon.
dude. You're like you're a
Fortnite's-
vampire right now. You're sucking the soul out of me right now.
I just feel like I feel like it's just another cash grab. It's just, Fortnite has been out there killing it with the whole battle royale. Call of Duty got into it. They opened up Warzone. Apex came out, and it's like, it's just game.
For the record, I hate Apex. I don't understand how people can play that game. I hate it.
It's just like how Warzone is.
But
It's
in a Fortnite,
you're literally, dude. They're all the same. You're jumping out of a plane or a bus or whatever it is. You're gonna land on land, and then you'll find loot, and you just kill each other and see whoever's victorious.
but this one, I don't think you're gonna be jumping out of bus. I think you're gonna be coming out of a coffin.
You're a vampire. You're climbing walls. You're jumping supersonic like sprints. Like
I'm still sticking to my gut.
it
I'm
literally
still-
looks like a harder version of a battle royale because at least in like Warzone.
There's no way of
Yeah.
convincing a guy who put Call of Duty Cold War as #1 for him.
Yeah, I don't even trust your
I'm sorry.
opinion.
Uh,
And no,
I
you.
just feel like we don't need another Warzone. Warzone. You see?
I don't think we
Another
need
battle royale.
I don't think we need another co-host.
Wow. But listen, that's your opinion. I feel like you would play, you know, a battle royale. I wouldn't. You know, everybody got a taste of it.
Okay.
Especially, you know, I just feel like everybody just now jumping on the bandwagon. I'm not gonna lie. Call of Duty did it. You know, Apex did it. It's just like I feel like we need more story-based games, like the previous games that we just talked about. It's just you know, from Ghostwire to, you know, the past 3 games. I just feel like they're more story-driven, and I feel like that's good. You know what I mean? That's what we need. Because in the last maybe couple of years, everything's just been a battle royale, and I feel like I think it's time to move away from that. And I don't know.
But we're not.
It's just my opinion. It's
Okay,
just my
no,
opinion.
you see, I respect that opinion.
Battle Royale games.
I hate battle royale games. I respect your opinion 100%. I agree with you. I just love the aspect that they threw vampires. They could have added anything. They couldn't have added like kind of like a Outriders type of feel or Anthem. They Exos, but they went vampires.
We don't speak about Anthem in here. We don't speak about Anthem.
We don't speak about Cold War.
listen, Linda.
No,
I'd
but,
rather play
is
Cold
it-
War over any
but
battle
is it
royale
gonna,
game.
Is it gonna be just a battle royale? Because I feel like that game's gonna be like a team deathmatch type thing.
Well, oh no, I have no clue. From what I saw for the beta, it's just a battle royale mode. Now, if they do add in like team deathmatch and
A
other
story
game
mode?
modes, then I'm gonna say like, yo, that game looks really good. Now, if it's just strictly battle royale,
I'll give it.
Yeah,
I'll give
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you guys this. If it ends up having a storyline to it, I'll bring it up to a 5. But if they do what they did with Black Ops 4, where it was just strictly no storyline, no single player, no multiplayer, everything was just straight battle royale, it's gonna stay at a 1. You get me? I just feel like I just feel like we just gotta shy away from that. But
okay,
Alright.
all right. So next on the honorables mentions list, we got Gran Turismo.
Yeah, this is gonna be a quick one. I'm
Yeah.
not a big Gran Turismo fan. I'm sorry. Given this game, I'm gonna give it a 3. And the only reason why it's that high because it's just a beautiful game. Next.
I just feel like they did it in every Gran Turismo. They step it up every year with the graphics, and then, you know, it literally feels like, yes, you are driving the car, like the animation, how the driver's sitting there and he's driving the car and everything like that, and like the details on the cars, and you know, just in graphics in general, it's a beautiful game. But me personally, I just don't like that driving simulator. So I just feel like I agree with you, Will. I give it a like a 3-4, only because of the fact that the graphics are amazing. But besides that, I just don't like that game.
What about you, Devin?
I'm gonna agree with it. I'm gonna agree with it. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. I don't like racing based games at all. Like, not even a little bit. I can't stand them. So I'm gonna just say 2 out of 10 just because the graphics are unbelievably pretty.
Alrighty. See, that was a quick one. Next.
Yeah.
So after that, we got Rainbow Six Extraction.
Alright. I'll let you take one because you're the one who loves the.
Alright, right off the bat, Rainbow Six Siege, specifically the competitive one with like the operators, like the search and destroy. I love it. The most competitive game I've ever played. Well, me personally, it is unbelievably competitive, and the fact that they're bringing in like zombies, and it's not just zombies. It's like, if you saw the trailer, it's like monsters and creatures. It's not just zombies. that you got these giant morphed creatures coming up from the ground and stuff that aren't trying to eat you, they're genuinely trying to kill you. So it's like shying away from like the zombie aspect of it, and it's more like creature based and like alien ish, which I think is cool. And they're keeping all the original characters and the weapons and the weapon attachments, so it's literally Siege with zombies and creatures and stuff in it, which I personally think is cool. So I'm gonna set it at a good 7.5, 8.
Wow.
Nor?
Me, I'm not gonna lie. The game mechanics of Rainbow Six, I feel like it's very very heavy on strategy based. It's like every move that you make counts. You get me? Yes, it's a lot slower than your normal FPS, but I feel like every move counts. Every move that you make, it's like you gotta make sure the next move that you do it is the right move. I don't know about this whole extraction. I don't know if you're gonna be, fighting mutated people, probably mutated people, or like Declan said, aliens and stuff like that. But I don't know. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie, but I never really liked the whole slowness to it. But by the trailer, I'll give it a 5.
All right. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Wow.
I'm not big on Rainbow Six, and I felt like it was a slap to the face when I brought the Rainbow Six Siege, and I don't know. Like everybody tells me, oh, it got better. It got better. Yeah, but how long did it take for it to get better? It's too late now. I don't want to play it no more. So I'm not looking for the new one. And it feels like it's bringing it back to Rainbow Siege and just only with with monsters and stuff. So I'm good with that. So I let Declan play it. You can tell me what it is.
Oh yeah, I'll be the guinea pig on this 100%.
Yeah. Not me.
But at least they didn't give up on it. They didn't pull an Anthem on it.
For real.
Damn Anthem.
Alright, so next on the list is GTA 5 on the PS5.
Yeah. I'll go be quick, so I'll go first. I'm going to give it a 5. No, I'll give it a 4. Not excited for it, to be honest. Game came out for PS3, all the way from PS3. We in PS5. Make another GTA, damn it. Make another GTA 6. Stop upgrading the graphics. We understand you're greedy right now. Make another GTA. I'm done. Not getting it. So sorry.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just another cash grab for Rockstar. It's been what 5-6 years that they have came out with it.
Yeah.
It just I feel like yes, they have a huge, and I mean a huge player base. I know GTA's always has a huge player base, but ever since they came in with the online, it just blew up. And they see that, people are sitting there, just how Fortnite, everybody's sitting there buying skins and stuff like that. GTA wanted the same thing. You get me? They're sitting here with these shark cards, and probably they're making a killing. They're making a killing on the online portion. So why would they want to sit there and spend money and make a new game while they're sitting here collecting all this money?
I can tell you why. Because you go make a new game, you get new money.
True, but good that everybody. I feel like everybody already established. They're so much time into it. You get me? And it's like every other game. They're just gonna keep upgrading it, and they're gonna keep making more money off of it.
Yeah, I think it's too tough.
Yeah, GTA 5 for me is my number 1 favorite game of all time. Number 1, my best game I've ever played in my life. I'm actually starting to get sick of it a little bit, even though I love the story mode and I love the characters. All they do is add in more graphics, add in a couple extra side missions. That's it.
Like, don't get me wrong, it was a beautiful game from the graphics to the storyline.
Oh yeah, the game's a 10
Yeah,
out
I
of
mean,
10.
yeah. There's no doubt about that.
But it's just
But
like,
it's just like enough's enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. What's
So
the next one?
next one on the list is Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm a little excited for this. I'm a Star Wars geek, and my excitement level, because basically the trailer on this is just it's a teaser. You know, I thought it was gonna be remastered. No, it told me it's gonna be a remake because they're gonna add
it's a
more
completely
things.
remake.
Yeah, so my excitement for the game is gonna be an 8 just because I'm a Star Wars geek. So I'm gonna be looking forward for this game.
Um, I will give it a 6. I did play the original of the Knights of the Old Republic. I played the original. Um, it was basically kind of like a like you could say like a loot slasher kind of.
Yeah.
It was linear, like you were going from one point to another and stuff like that. It wasn't so much open world, but you get me. It was fun at the time. You get me, but I'm just hoping they do change the game mechanics. I just hope it's more
Oh, they will.
like more hack and slash kind of more, less than like turn base turn kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
hoping. I hope it's a hack and slash game and not turn based.
Yeah,
What about you,
you Declan?
Yeah, I'm okay. So I like Star Wars. I'm just like I'm not too crazy about this game. Like I am excited to see like how it plays out on the PlayStation, like in terms of like the updated graphics and the updated mechanics and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see like the progression in that sense. But like for the game itself, like yeah, it's cool. It's Star Wars, and I'm like gonna give it a shot. But I'm not over here like freaking out over it either. So I'll sit at like a good 5.5, 6.
All right, it's understandable.
So next on the honorable mentions, we got Alan Wake remastered.
Yeah, this is another quick one.
I never played the first one, so I I don't gotta give it a rating. It didn't attract me.
I'm gonna give it a 6 because I kind of want to play it. I never played the first one either, the original, but it looks good, and I hear a lot of people who likes it, so I want to play it.
Okay.
Declan.
Me, I've never ever given these games a thought, a chance, so I got zero opinions on this.
Me neither.
I've never played it, had no interest in playing it.
All right, perfect. On to the next.
And then for the last one on the honorables mentioned list, we got TCHIA. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Okay, I know. I think it's like chi or something like that. I'm gonna give the game.
You lost me.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the game a 6.5. You know, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Animal Crossing. It gives me I like the adventure games, so it still has adventure games on it. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Alright, so like me, I'm not too crazy about the game. The game actually doesn't really like interest me like at all. Like I guess it's cool like looking from like a little kid's perspective. Like, it's not my cup of tea. It's just not my style game. I got zero interest in trying that out. So I'm gonna give it like a 1.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as Declan.
Alright.
Alrighty.
We are now hopping into the big 3. First up on this big 3 list, we will be discussing Insomniac's Wolverine game.
Yes. Insomniac they look like they're gonna be making a killing.
They are on some crazy high right now.
I'm hoping that this Wolverine game is gonna be just as good as Spider-Man was. I'm really, really hoping, and I see it being. I'm not too scared of it being corny because playing Spider-Man and then playing Miles Morales. Granted, Miles Morales was a short game, really, really short, but it still was great. So I'm hoping that Wolverine will be as good as Spider-Man, and I hope it has the same mechanics. And I'm a big fan of Insomniac because I just beat Psychonauts 2, and I love that game. So anything Insomniac's putting out right now, I am gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So my excitement for this game, because I can't base it on the trailer because the trailer is a teaser, but my excitement of the game, I'm gonna give it an 8.
You, Declan?
Okay, me speaking from like an excitement rating, I'm 10 out of 10 excited for this because I forgot what the name of the game is called. I think it's called X-Men Origins, the Wolverine one that came out like 6-7 years ago. Like I played it on the 360. I love that game. I loved it 100%. It gave off like a prototype vibe, and it was gory. It was fast paced. So obviously, this game is gonna have like I'm assuming it's gonna have more of like a Miles Morales like feel to it, like story based and all that.
Yeah.
But
Well, you never played the first Spider-Man, that's why, right?
yeah, I did the first one,
Oh,
the Miles Morales. Yeah, I beat that. The game was short. I beat it in like a day.
you know that's not the first Spider-Man game, right?
No, I know it's not the first one. I thought you were talking about like in terms of Miles Morales.
No. Go ahead.
So yeah, no, excitement wise, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. How about you, Mr. North?
Uh, I feel like, like, yes, I'm agreeing with you about Insomniac. I think once they came out with the first Spider-Man, I think they did an amazing job with it. And when they came out with Miles Morales, yes, it was short, but it was still an amazing game. You get me? I felt like it, like just the aspect of it being an open world and you being a Spider-Man, you were just able to go wherever, and it giving you that whole freedom as Spider-Man. It was an amazing job. You get me? The graphics, the fighting mechanics, like I feel like they did a really good job with both of those. But them coming out with Wolverine, I'm just hoping that they take the same concept and like not so much the fighting style, but it being like an open world, but with Wolverine. You get me? I just feel like they could take it a whole new, a whole new step for the X-Men as well.
Yeah, I just can't wait to go berserker rage on people.
Alright, so next up we will be discussing Spider-Man 2.
So, who wants to take point on this one? Because I have a lot to say about this game.
You don't want me to go first? I'll never shut up. Nor.
I'm just gonna literally piggyback on what I said earlier. It's just because of the fact that they did an amazing job with basically both parts. They from the game mechanics and the fighting styles and everything like that. I'm just hoping that they can bring both into it, where you could like alternate or switch between them or fight side by side. It's like one day, one mission, or you could have Miles be doing something and then Peter doing something else, and you could just switch between them. Besides that, I just feel like, yes, they're bringing Venom in, and I feel like I don't know if he's gonna be the big baddie. I feel like you might have to fight him, and then I feel like he might team up with you, I guess. I don't know. But besides everything, I feel like they're gonna start opening up their own universe. Like it's gonna be like an Insomniac kind of universe. And just by the trailer, and then I do follow them, and then I do want to play their games and everything like that. So I do give them a 9 out of 10 for that.
Alrighty. Name me. I'm gonna go next. First of all, the guy who's speaking. Do you know who that is?
The guy that voices Venom. You
No,
mean?
no, no. I know who the guy. First of all, the guy who voices Venom is Candyman, the original Candyman, Tony Todd.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about the overlay in the trailer.
Isn't that
Where-
Craven?
Yes.
Okay.
It is Craven.
It is Craven, and I cannot wait because it looks. I mean, first of all, it'll be great. I doubt it's gonna be a 2-player game, but it'll be great. If it's a 2-player game, but it looks like you're gonna be switching between Miles Morales and Peter Parker.
Which I think that's cool because I feel like it opens up the opportunity to like upgrade both of them differently.
Yeah, yeah. And me coming fresh from this trailer, I just love the way they introduce Venom because when Craven is talking the whole time, talking about he needs to equal a surprise, could they surprise him? And then he says, "Well, one, you finally give me what I desire." And then all of a sudden in the alleyway, they're looking in the alleyway, you hear a transformation, and he just says, "Yes, we will." It shows his face. I lost my shit. I was so excited. And Venom, I mean, granted, we just only see his face. But wow. He looks great.
Nah, dude,
I
he
cannot
looks
wait.
amazing.
I cannot wait, dude. Like, my excitement for this game, it is a 10 out of 10. It could be a 15 out of 10. I am super excited.
Oh wow.
What I am not excited for is the year it comes out, and it comes out in 2023. And
That was so annoying. That pissed me off, like a lot.
But the interview Tony Todd, he said that this is going to be a massive game.
Which I like because the first Miles game was like like what 30 seconds long.
I think it was just an introduction. I think it was just an introduction to him. That's what it was.
All right, man. You could have made the introduction a little bit longer though.
And-
Damn.
And I feel like that's why I think Insomniac is trying to. I feel like they're gonna build their own universe with the Marvel characters. It's starting off with, them with the Spider-Man, and then now bringing in Venom
Wolverine.
and then Wolverine. You get me? I feel like, and you just telling me that it's good when they had interviewed him and they said that it's gonna be a massive game. Like, I'm with it. If they're willing to sit there and expand this game, and bring in more characters and I'm with it, honestly.
Yeah, like me excitement wise, I'm 10 out of 10 excitement wise because like the way I see it, I think like Craven is gonna like because like if Venom is anything like he is in the movie like with Tom Hardy, like if he's anything like that mentality, he easily manipulative, like you could take control of him. So I feel like Craven's gonna use him as like kind of like a puppet, and I feel like both Spider-Mans are gonna like try to like kind of like
Wake them up out of
yeah, like kind of like make him snap out of it. Like, yo, Craven Loki don't give a crap about you. He's just using you because you're strong as shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I think like the first half is you fighting Venom, and then just teaming up and going after Craven. I think it's
Or-
crazy because I feel like Craven's like one of the weakest characters because I don't really follow him like that, but it looks like he's gonna be the really big bad in this one, and kind of
You see,
excited about.
you see, my mentality is I'm thinking maybe two Spider-Mans team up with Venom, take out Craven, and then Venom will be like that final boss fight.
Could be, but I don't
It
know.
could be.
It could be. They could take this in too many directions, and
Yeah, that's why
who
that's
knows?
why I'm hyped for it.
Who knows? Maybe the end credits in this one is gonna open up, like it's gonna end with Carnage, and the third part will be maybe you don't even team up with Venom in part 3. You team up with Venom to go up against Carnage.
I swear I'll cry. I'll actually cry.
I'm telling you, if you know, especially what has Marvel has done with the movie universe, that they did an amazing job of how they tied in all these characters and they made a huge name for themselves. Yes, Marvel has been huge, but with the movies going on, especially with the the new Spider-Man coming out and them bringing in the X-Men, and they're bringing in the Fantastic Four and everything like that. They're expanding this universe. This universe is getting so much bigger than what it was, and they're doing I can't picture a failed movie ever since Kevin Feige came in.
Yeah.
You get me? Yes, the original Hulk, I know everybody trashes it.
The
But-
original Hulk, but I like the Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton, so I can't fuck that one.
Yeah, like it was a good movie, but Marvel denies it. Like Marvel not denies it, but it just like they threw that movie underneath the rug. It's like they want everybody to forget that. But but what they have done with Marvel, it got so big and it's so massive. Like you could tell, like even with the Guardians of the Galaxy game and with the Wolverine and now the Spider-Man, it's like they could do whatever they want with so many possibilities. You get me? And I feel like they're only gonna keep expanding. And I feel like Insomniac themselves, I feel like they're gonna mark my words. They're gonna open up their own universe.
And I hope so. So Insomniac, keep doing what you're doing, and I really hope they don't have a lot on their plate doing Wolverine and Spider-Man at the same time.
I hope they find balance.
Yes.
Because they like what if it comes down to it? What if they just gotta give more attention to one game and they choose? Then that means the game that they didn't give as much attention to is not gonna be as good. I hope Spider-Man and Wolverine are equally like godlike. Cause then that means they like they spread out the creativity and they spread out the effort on both games rather than just focusing on one.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what franchise did that. They literally wanted to I think work on one game, and then they decided to work on the next game, and then they just completely debunked it, and then it was just like
Could be Ubisoft with Watch Dogs when they had Assassin's Creed Valhalla and what's the other
I
one?
think-
Immortals.
yes, I think because they switched off their whole team to one game, and they just let like the side guys, you could say, finish up the game, and then look what ended up happening. Valhalla came out great, and then Immortals came out great, but look at what happened to Watch Dogs. You get me? It's just nobody liked
was a
it. It
good
came
game
out.
too, but
It wasn't Ubisoft
first one?
material. Yeah.
Oh, well, the first one. I'm talking about the last one that just came out.
Well, and I feel like Watch Dogs 2 stepped it up, and then Legion, I think they did it a little bit better. But again, like you said, their attention wasn't there.
Alright, on to the next, the last
All
one.
right, the last topic of the day will be the brand new God of War Ragnarok.
Yes. So who
This
wants to
is
take point?
I'll take point first. I just feel like I think this is the game that everybody's gonna be looking forward towards. It's like it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like top tier of everybody's wish list. Like everybody's gonna want this game. You got me. After the original came out, everybody loved it. The fighting mechanic was amazing. The graphics was amazing. The storyline was amazing. You get me? And especially that's gonna be on the PS5, and I know it's gonna be a PS5 exclusive. Um, I feel like it's gonna go through the whole history of the Norse mythology, where if through the trailer, Kratos does say war isn't the only way. You get me? I feel like you are gonna fight the Norse gods, and he does wake up or bring back the old god of war. I think his name was Demeter, I think it was.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's like, it's like you like playing through the first God of War. I know for a fact that everybody loved Atreus. Like he was just like, yeah, his game mechanics was a little iffy, but it's just him as a character. It's like once you got to the end, and I don't want to say anything. Well, I think that everybody knows by now that he is who he is.
Oh, it says that on the trailer. He's Loki.
No, that he is Loki. I just don't want. Well, yeah, that's true. He does say it in the trailer.
Yeah.
But him knowing that he's Loki, you get me? And it's just the fact that he's more understanding of what he is and who his father is and stuff like that. Because he knows, he's like, you're not a general. Like, stop speaking like. Well, he says stop speaking as a father and more of like a general. So he knows what his father's been through.
Yep.
And he's trying to teach him, anger isn't, the way to go. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be more about Atreus than more than Kratos, because at the end of the first God of War, it shows that Kratos does die. You get me? But I feel like Atreus does take up that mantle.
And what? A God of War? Which God of War?
The first one. The first
of
this one. Of the new series.
Yeah.
So I feel like Atreus is gonna take up the mantle of where Kratos is gonna leave off, because he's already getting old. I think he's gonna give it his all, I guess.
I hope so, because I feel like even if he takes the mantle, the game will never be the same.
No, it won't be the same. But the thing is, it's like we don't know, but with Loki, you could literally, you could get Loki's powers. You play as Loki. You play as, Atreus, and the whole game mechanics just changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
rating?
My rating is going to be a 10 out of 10. I think this game is going to be phenomenal. I feel like it's going to exceed everybody's expectations, and I know that for a fact.
All right. Declan?
Okay, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and there's a specific reason why I'm not giving it a 10. There's a specific reason why I'm not giving it a 10. That's because of going what off you said before. My fear is that they're going to focus too much on his son and not enough on Kratos. Which is to a certain extent, it's cool. Like it's cool. He's Loki, it's cool. But I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna not. Obviously, he's Kratos. Obviously, he's gonna be in the game. Every single scene, every gameplay. Obviously, he's gonna be there. But I just feel like I'm nervous that they're gonna focus too much on his son's path, and Kratos is just gonna be like a supporting character.
Okay.
So that's the only reason why I'm giving it a 9.
I'm giving the game a 10 out of 10, and I disagree on. Yeah, they're gonna focus on Atreus a lot, but you're still playing as Kratos, and there's no way you're gonna be a support character on that. When when this game came out, um, like 2 years ago, when I found out that you have your son following you the whole time, I was a bit nervous about this game just because when you have those games where you have a supporting character always following you around, for example, like The Last of Us, um, right now I'm drawing a blank because it's late and I can't think of any other game like that. But the first one's The Last of Us. Their character tends to be annoying. Like you'll send them somewhere and they never listen, and it's always annoying and cannot. You always got to protect them and always got to babysit. And I was kind of hoping, I'm like, oh, I really hope this game is. It is not like that. Atreus could hold his own no matter how small he is. And I was like, all right, go ahead, Atreus. So part two coming out, I feel like yeah, I'm hoping you can play as him a little bit just so we can get a taste of it. Just because that he's older. He's
Oh no,
older. You
definitely.
can hear in
Oh
his
no,
voice and all that.
I'm not against the fact of playing for him. I'm all for it, like
Yeah.
100%. I just don't want his story and his gameplay to trump Kratos.
It is not.
I,
It's no.
I just feel like where I think and I speculate is that he could be the next main character because I don't feel like they're gonna stay on Kratos. I don't feel like they're gonna keep Kratos as the main character. Yes, he's when you think of a badass, yes, you think of Kratos. You got me? But he is a demigod. Like he still has human. Like he still ages. He still gets old, and he can still die. You get me? But I just feel like he is gonna go, and Atreus is gonna take up the mantle.
Yeah, this is gonna be a trilogy. I
Now,
think he's gonna
do
die in the third part.
now do you think Atreus would be able to hold down a God of War game on his own without Kratos? Like if he were to die?
When part three
Yes.
comes out, because I'm saying like I say I feel like if Kratos is gonna die, I feel like it's gonna be in the third part, and
Mhm.
by then I feel like that's gonna be
Atreus
is
being
getting
old
older,
enough.
and I
Mhm.
feel like yeah he will hold his own.
Okay.
Only thing is, I feel like his mechanics is gonna be different, just because he's Loki, the god of mischief. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of mischiefs in it,
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they bring out more of his powers just so we can see it. That's what I would
I,
like to see.
I just feel like not so much of a copycat because if you look at the original trilogy, the whole point of the first one was Kratos just going after Ares. You get me? And then once you defeated Ares in the first one, the second one it was just basically a little taste of the Greek mythology, and then in part three you just go
After all the gods,
you go after all of them. You
yeah,
get me?
especially
And I
Zeus.
feel like, especially Zeus, because being he is top dog, and he's the god of all gods. You get me?
Yeah,
And I feel like, believe it or not, I feel like they're kind of going on the same path. Where in the beginning it was just basically Atreus just I don't know, from the mural from the first one I feel like Atreus is gonna kill Kratos.
Hmm.
It's just my speculations. It's just my theory. You get me? I feel like what's gonna happen is that yes, he gets a taste of it. I think this one where he's gonna get a taste of it, and if he doesn't kill Kratos, somebody will. And then I think part three is gonna have Atreus gonna go after the gods of the Norse gods.
Oh, so you think Kratos is gonna die in this one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If not the end,
I'm with Nor on that. I think this is the one where Kratos is. I think this one where he dies out.
I
I
think
don't
it.
know. I don't know
If
because
not
this
halfway through towards the end, Kratos is gonna give out. Where I I feel like Atreus is gonna unlock throughout this game. I feel like Atreus is gonna unlock, not so much unlock, but he's gonna find out who he is. I think he's gonna find out his full potential. I think he's gonna find out what he can do and what he could do you know, he's gonna be able to do whatever he can do. You get me? And then I feel like near the end of the game, I feel like Kratos is gonna die, and it's gonna trigger. It's gonna trigger him. It's gonna trigger something in him where he's gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna go after him. Because you see it. Um, what's her name? I forgot her name. The
The one that always talks to Kratos, Athena.
yeah.
No, it's
The
not
the
Athena. He's talking about the witch.
Oh,
yeah. It
uh,
starts with an F. Uh,
Freya?
Freya. See, she's the one that comes out and attacks you. Her son comes out and attacks you. Um,
Yeah.
what do you call it? Thor comes and confronts you. I feel like that part where Thor comes and fights you, um, I feel like it happens somewhat in the beginning of the game, only because of the fact that you do kill Thor, and then Odin's gonna be upset where he's gonna send his forces against you.
And I feel like the third part's gonna be them.
And then-
fighting Odin.
And then it's gonna lead up the gods, and then all the way up to Odin. Because in Norse, I think Odin is the god of all their gods.
Yeah, he is. But I can't wait, man. I'm excited for this. I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait.
yeah, man.
And not to, cut you off or anything, but once they brought that back, the swords in the first one,
Oh, the Blades of Chaos.
I lost. Yes,
Yeah.
I lost it. The frost axe was amazing, everything was amazing about it, but once they brought back the Blades of Chaos, I lost my noodles. You get me? I went ballistic.
These noodles.
I was literally like, no way, no way.
Yeah, man, I that was nuts. I literally felt like I was 9 years old playing on the PS2.
Yeah.
Yes, and then
the
it.
Blades of Chaos are coming back too. So.
Yep, and they're making a return.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like this game is like, yes, it's gonna be exciting in it because it's gonna be just like God of War. But I feel like they're gonna take it a whole new step. Like
At first,
hands down.
At first, I was nervous because they were saying like it's gonna be a new director. But if you look at all the God of Wars, they all have different directors.
Hmm.
So, fingers crossed, man.
Wow.
Fingers crossed. But that wraps it up for this episode, guys. How
Yep.
did Declan, let's give it a rating on Nor.
Nor.
What's your rating? 1 to 10 on Nor.
Oh man.
Now, is this including the Cold War comments?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna give him a solid 1.5. Nah, all jokes aside, I think Norris sits at a solid 10.
Well, I'm gonna have the cojones to give him a 1, because he had to backtrack his rating. Said nah. Nah, I'm glad to have you aboard, bro. Because when, like we said, you were the first person I talked about doing this, and I'm glad you're finally here and shit. So
No, definitely. We could make this happen, and we did. So
yes, sir. So
kudos to you guys holding it down. You guys did an excellent job.
thank you.
So-
We try.
Thank you.
And how did you like your first episode?
I was kind of nervous because I wanted to change my top game to Anthem. No, I'm playing. Nah,
I would have taken that over Cold War.
wow.
Yeah, I'd rather play
Wow.
Anthem than Cold War.
I changed my mind. I actually don't want to do this anymore. So, no, but it was real. It was really fun, being with you guys again. And like it's a great experience.
Yes. And with that, we're gonna cut it out because I know this is a long episode as it is.
Oh yeah, honestly I think this is our longest episode we've ever had so far. So this is gonna take at least 4 weeks to upload.
Yeah, I hope not. but yeah, to everybody else, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and enjoy
Did
this.
you see if they want me to stay on here?
Well, I don't care what anybody says. You're staying on this.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody, you guys have a good night, and yeah, to the next episode.
Good night.
Good night.
And that is a wrap.